The 2011 Police Crimes Intelligence (CI) Leadership Cleanup. By 2011, the South African Police Service's Crime Intelligence (CI) division had become a place where secrecy no longer protected the state but shielded power from accountability. Whispers of a black fund, factional manipulation, and senior officers operating beyond oversight had grown too loud to ignore. When Mkhwanazi assumed the role of acting National Police Commissioner, he inherited not just a troubled unit, but a credibility crisis threatening the entire intelligence architecture of the police. Mkhwanazi was not known as a populist or a political general. His reputation rested on discipline, process, and an unshakable belief that command authority meant responsibility. He understood that intelligence work without integrity becomes a weapon dangerous not only to criminals, but to democracy itself. A division rotting from the top. Crime intelligence in 2011 was under intense scrutiny from the hawks. Investigators were probing allegations of nepotism, abuse of state resources, and the systematic looting of the Secret Service's account funds intended for covert operations, informant payments, and national security priorities. Instead, insiders alleged the account had become a private slush fund and a political tool. At the center of the storm loomed suspended CI boss Richard M.D. Luli, whose name had become synonymous with the politicization of intelligence. His arrest on charges ranging from murder to fraud, and his claims of a politically motivated witch hunt only deepened the crisis. Mkhwanazi saw clearly that cosmetic changes would not suffice. If CI was to be saved, it had to be reset. The purge of 2011. In late November and early December 2011, that reset began. As detailed in the Mail and Guardian article SAPS Spy Chiefs Purged by Sally Evans, Mkhwanazi moved decisively. Within weeks, every general in crime intelligence except statistician Chris de Kock was removed. Suspensions and redeployments swept through the division like a controlled burn. Major General Solly Lazarus, CI's chief financial officer, was suspended amid investigations into the Secret Service's account. Major General Mark Hankel, a powerful intelligence coordinator, was moved to the inspectorate after renewed concerns about his security clearance. Others, Vel Machach, Kosi Sinthamal, Banzi Nyanda, and Mzondeki Sean Shabalala, were sidelined from operational command. To stabilize the division, Mkhwanazi appointed Fanny Masamala as acting head of crime intelligence. The signal was unmistakable. The old networks were broken, and continuity would be built on discipline, not loyalty. Some insiders framed the purge as a political battle over control of intelligence ahead of the ANC's Mangong Conference. Others, including investigators, saw it differently, as the first serious attempt in years to dismantle a captured intelligence structure. Mkhwanazi did not engage publicly in these debates. He relied instead on lawful authority, internal processes, and cooperation with investigative bodies. 2012. Standing firm against Mluli. If 2011 was about dismantling compromised leadership, 2012 was about resistance. Despite the purge, pressure mounted on Mkhwanazi to reverse course, especially concerning Mluli. Political forces sought to reinstate him or soften the consequences of ongoing investigations. This was the moment when leadership was truly tested. Mkhwanazi refused. Throughout 2012, he continued to back the Hawks investigations and resisted attempts to restore Mkhwanazi to power within crime intelligence. His stance placed him at odds with influential political actors, but he held the line, insisting that intelligence leadership could not be entrusted to individuals facing serious criminal allegations. It was during this period that Mkhwanazi's leadership became most evident. He understood that corruption in intelligence does not merely steal money, it distorts national decision-making, undermines prosecutions, and erodes public trust. Allowing Mkhwanazi to regain influence would have undone the entire 2011 intervention. Instead, Mkhwanazi chose institutional integrity over personal or political safety. His refusal to yield helped ensure that CI did not immediately slide back into the hands of those under investigation. Leadership without noise. What distinguished Mkhwanazi's approach, both in 2011 and 2012, was its quiet firmness. There were no dramatic purges announced with flourish, no public vendettas. Official statements spoke of redeployments and internal interventions, even as powerful figures lost access to budgets, intelligence files, and influence. This restraint was deliberate. Intelligence organizations survive on stability, not spectacle. Mkhwanazi's method was to remove compromised leaders, secure investigations, and let lawful processes run their course. Conclusion: a long cleanup still underway. The 2011 Police Crimes Intelligence Leadership Brief Purge, reinforced by Mkhwanazi's actions in 2012 against Mkhwanazi, stands today as a defining chapter in the struggle to reclaim South Africa's crime intelligence from corruption and political capture. The purge did not solve everything. CI would continue to battle the legacy of secrecy abused, funds misused, and trust betrayed. But Mkhwanazi's interventions proved something vital. Even the most opaque divisions are not beyond accountability. Recent and ongoing efforts linked to Mkhwanazi echo the same principles he demonstrated over a decade ago: discipline, lawful oversight, and the refusal to surrender intelligence structures to factional interests. His leadership showed that cleaning up crime intelligence is not a single event, but a continuous act of courage. In the end, the lesson of 2011-2012 is clear. Secrets may protect a state, but only integrity can protect its future.